Alright guys, thanks for clicking on that video. As you can tell by the title, this is definitely going to be a little bit different from what I usually do on my channel, but it is still horror related and it's definitely physical media. So we're going to jump right into it and get this thing going. Guys, this probably will be a lengthy video. I got to get through a couple stacks here, so please feel free to grab yourself something to drink, maybe a snack, and we'll get this thing going. A quick shout out to my boys as always, Alan, Donato, Cody, Anthony. You guys know who you are. And just trying to think. I got that stack, that one. I got all my shit ready, right? Be prepared, Johnny. Goddammit. All right, so let's get this motherfucker crunching. All right, so long story short, took a little road trip yesterday, and found this collectible shop. It's a little ways from my house, so definitely was a little road trip. So I went in there, was just kind of looking around. They have, figures, video games, some retro stuff. So I was looking around, really didn't find much. But on the back wall, they had a couple of boxes. And so I just happened to walk by it and look. And something caught my eye really quick. And it was a Fangoria magazine. And I was like, wow, I wonder how many of those they got in there. So I pulled the box out and started going through them. Holy fuck, it was on. I probably sitting there for probably a good hour and a half yesterday, and I went back today, and I probably spent about 2 hours in there today, looking around, digging through shit. So, came home with a good score, so I figured I'd make a video. I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware of Fangoria magazine. They've been around since, 1986, 1987, somewhere around there. And they're no longer a company of... Yeah, I believe that magazine basically, it went defunct like in 2000... I know they try to revive it again in like 2016. I remember when Joe Bob Briggs come back on with The Last Drive-In, he was on the cover of one of them, which for some reason I did not get a copy of that. They made it to where they wouldn't have their magazines in stores anymore, neither like Books A Million. You had to have you had to do the subscription straight through them, and fuck, it was not cheap. So yeah, I got to that a little bit too late to get that Joe Bob Briggs cover, but anyway, like I said, went in there, definitely grabbed some pretty cool stuff. I'm not going to show these in order by the way they were released or anything like that, because there's just so fucking many of them. But I did get a really good deal on them compared to what eBay charges for some of the sellers on eBay charges for these things. And the guy in the store was nice enough to give me a nice big fat fucking discount since I bought so many, because I'm assuming a whole lot of people didn't come to the shop to grab them. But anyway, we're going to get started with this, guys. So let's make sure I got this thing propped up here. Hopefully that light doesn't cast too much of a glare, because every one of these magazines are bagged and boarded. So, alright guys, we're going to start up. First one up is the Child's Play 2 issue. Guys, I'll try to get that light right so it's not washing everything out. Bear with me here. I think that might do it about the best I can get it. Yeah, I love that cover too. And fuck, I love Child's Play 2. So I'll put these in a stack and we'll get this thing going. I'll show that one at the end. Here we go, right here, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Like I said, guys, these are the ones I got yesterday. I got a pretty big stack, and I went back today as well, and I got another stack. Got them over here sitting next to me, so I'll show those next. But a nice little cover right there. One of my favorite films, Phantasm 3. Anger Scream right there on the front is the tall man. Nice little Jason Goes to Hell article right there. The Birds too, did that actually happen? Nah, I don't fucking remember that happening. The first one was the shit though. Oh, thanks to Kino Lorber for putting this out a few years ago, because this fucking film was completely lost there for a while. I remember either you had a VHS of it, a bootleg DVD, or you were watching that shit on YouTube, and the one they had on YouTube was fucking horrible. The quality anyway. But Rawhead Rex, I love the fuck out of that cover. When I was digging through the box and this one popped up, I just took one look at it and I was like, I don't care how much that costs, I'm fucking getting that one. Nice cover right here too. God, man, I love Fangoria's covers. Here's the remake of The Night of the Living Dead, the Tom Savini remake. Great cover right there. I hope I'm not getting too much of a glare from that light, guys. But if I turn that light off, you're not going to be able to see shit. So, definitely dig that one. Got Child's Play 2 up there in the corner. Fangoria is just, man, they were fucking great for doing their covers. They made sure they put something on the front of a cover where, if you was in a, if you was in a Books A Million, a bookstore, or a fucking grocery store, and you walked by and you saw their magazines back in the day, you were like, what the fuck is that? Next one up right here, and that's Bride of Reanimator. Nice pick right there. Cool deal. Oh, fuck. I should have pulled the first one out. Put the first one out. Okay. I'll go ahead and show it, though. That's a Pumpkinhead 2 right there. I do have the Pumpkinhead cover down there a little bit further down. Probably should have arranged them a little bit better, but we'll get to it. But yeah, definitely dig that cover right there. I was glad to get both of them, too. Got Return of the Living Dead 3 in here. Interview with Brian Usna. Body Snatchers, Ghost in the Machine, all that shit. Man's best friend up in the corner, too. I just realized that, too. Fucking Lance Hendrickson, my boy. What's better known as House 3, but here in America, horror show. England Invades TV. Oh, man, I think everybody remembers that little TV series that Freddy Krueger did. I don't even know if they even released that on DVD or not. Not here in the States, anyway. I'm probably overseas. Not really sure. Here's Warlock right here, which I believe I have the... Yeah, I think I have the Vestron release of the Warlock movies. I don't think I've ever even watched a fucking Warlock film, but that thing's been sitting over there on the shelf forever. Been putting that off for a while. But yeah, nice cover though. Guys, sorry for that glare. I'm trying to tilt it just to kind of, for you guys to get a better view. Here's an awesome one right here. Nothing like Clive Barker's Nightbreed. Making Chainsaw 3 and Stepfather 2. Horror Lives After Midnight. Are you sick of Freddy's Nightmares? Yeah, I think everybody was, because I think they canceled that bitch. Here's one of Usna's classics right here, which I love. God, I love this movie. And this is another Vestron title I got over there. Return of the Living Dead 3. Body to Die For. Another Jason Goes to Hell article right there. Let's see what else we had on there. The Crow, Will It Still Fly? It's probably during the making of, right around the time of the making of The Crow when Brandon Lee passed away on set. Well, as I should say, was killed on set. Ooh, got a Stan Winston interview in there too. Nice. Here's the other one. I should have showed this one first before Pumpkinhead 2, and I do like this cover a lot better. Fuck, I like this movie a lot better than Pumpkinhead 2, but that is the first Pumpkinhead. For anybody who would listen to me talk, I could talk about this movie for 5 fucking hours and never get bored. I can tell you guys this. I just made my Scream Factory Steelbook video. If you guys are looking into getting this movie and you want a Blu-ray of it, either you're thinking of getting the collector's edition from Scream Factory or the Steelbook, I highly recommend you get the Steel Factory Scream Book of this. They just released the Steelbook of this in October of last year of 2020, and I can tell you the difference between that collector's edition and that Steelbook is fucking night and day. That Steelbook got a new 4K scan. That probably doesn't seem like much to a lot of people, especially for a lot of technical nerds. But put those discs in back to back if you do have them on your shelf, and you'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This is the best $28 I've ever fucking spent through Scream Factory, I can tell you that. Oh, great covers right here. Oh, I got them back to back too. Sweet. Here we go. Army of Darkness. Yeah, I got the Penguin up there. Fucking Danny DeVito's big ass. Let's see, we got Batman Returns and that shit. Peter Jackson's Brain Dead on there. Can't wait to check that out. See what that article is. So, yep, got that one. And here's another Army of Darkness cover. Just, he had them both back to back, so I had to grab them. Like I said, guys, for the price some of these go for on eBay, it's fucking ridiculous. All in all, I did drop a good bit of money to grab all the ones that I wanted from his shop. And, but, you know, yesterday and today when I walked up to the counter with the fucking stacks that I had, he was just like, Jesus, man, like, you like Fangoria much? And I was like, man, I'm a big horror fan. I have a few of these at home, but I would like to have a lot of the older ones. And he was like, man, since you're buying so many, I'll give you a nice discount. So I'll take what I can fucking get. But yeah, guys, there's that cover right there. I love both those covers. Fuck. That, I don't know what it is, too, about that green. That green just pops really good. Even the yellow is one. Like the yellow ones, too. Here's another one I had to have. As soon as I pulled this one, flipping through the box, saw the cover of this, snatched it. I could have cared less about what price tag was on it. I was getting this bitch. That's Maximum Overdrive. This is, shit, man, my best friend's favorite movie. I mean, we grew up with this fucking movie. Still talk about it all the time. And when Vestron announced, I think that was like in 2018, that they were releasing this on Blu-ray, it was like fucking Christmas for me and him. That's all we talked about until we finally got that fucking movie. And I think the only thing we really griped about that release was the fact that, hey, like, I'm assuming we'll never see the unedited cut of that film, because they did. They took out a lot of gore, and apparently the film elements of that shit was lost, and we'll never get them. Who knows if they're sitting in somebody's fucking basement? Who knows if somebody has a copy of that shit on VHS, just like we had with Friday the 13th Part 2? Who knows? We could always dream. Maybe that day will come true. But for now, we don't have it. But that's Maximum Overdrive. But yeah, one of our only gripes was about, basically, I mean, they can only do what they did. They made it look great, though. Had some, put what features they could put on it. But it would have been nice to get a fucking poster of that shit. Stay away from that one for a minute. Here's another one right here. It's Carrie right there on the front. Brian De Palma's masterpiece. I don't have this one boarded, so I have to put a board in this one. Yep, that is Carrie. Love the hell out of that cover. Nice. All right, guys. So here's a couple that I saw there, so I went ahead and grabbed those as well. They did have, of course, there's been a couple different horror outlets for magazines, and I had to grab this one just even on the cover. I love the hell out of it. But that is Gore Zone, and that cover is just great. Love the hell out of it. I did check to make sure all these posters were still in the books. They are. The magazines, of course, I picked out. I made sure I picked out. If I picked them out, I wasn't going to pick them out if they weren't like really good condition. If they were missing shit, missing pages, I wasn't going to get them. So, but yeah, I did check, and all the posters are in this stuff. That is a fucking great cover, though. I love the hell out of that. I wasn't going down that road. Fucking love that guy. Here's one right here. I had to get this one just because Stephen King, The Raft. Pretty much sure everybody knows that's probably what inspired the Creep Show episode right there. Hands down, Anthony Perkins on Psycho 2 right there. So, can't wait to dig into that one. These were like pretty cheap too. I don't know, I think that Gore Zone might have been like $8 or something, but this was only like $3. Fuck it, I had to get it. Alright guys, so we'll move on to this next stack. This next stack is what I got today. So I had to go back and get some more. And I can assure you guys the price tags that's on these magazines is not what I paid for them. We got a nice discount. And, yeah. I think I went in there and spent so much money yesterday when I walked back in the door today. He was like, did you really come back in here to buy some more Fangoria? And I was like, I sure did. So here we go, guys. Here is Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Love that cover right there. Got Evil Dead 2 up there in the corner. Love the hell out of that shit. Little shop of horrors down there at the bottom. Here was one of the expensive ones that I paid for right here, but I had to have it. This is a really old issue. I did thumb through it to make sure it was 100% complete, good condition and all that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think this is like issue 54, something like that. This is a pretty old Fangoria. You could really tell which ones are the old ones too, because Fangoria's kind of changed their font up, through the years. The lettering and just our presentation on the cover. But I definitely had to have that one. So very, very glad to have that. Massacre Mask. I've never heard of that shit. I was flipping through a couple of these last night, and the ads that they have in there for you like to mail in for t-shirts and sweaters and all that shit. I wish that shit was still valid, because I'm telling you what, like fucking hoodies in those magazines, like sweaters and hoodies were like $20. Now we're paying like fucking $80 a pop for those things. So just to show you what inflation has come to. Here's another one right here. Oh, Stuart Gordon's fucking masterpiece in my opinion, with Reanimator. That is From Beyond right there. I saw that one in the box when I was going through some more of them today, and I was like, I gotta go home with that one. But yeah, you got Friday the 13th Part 6 in there. Interview with that. Trick or Treat Rock and Roll Demons. Fuck yeah, man. Stuart Gordon's Grisliest Gore Fest. I don't know if you would say that From Beyond is a lot more gorier than Reanimator, that's for sure, but I will say that From Beyond is my shit. Here comes some Cronenberg shit right here, and I had to get this one too. That's the fly right there. Probably should have peeled those stickers off of here. That is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Uncensored Slaughter Scenes at the top there. So I can't wait to dig through that one. Take a look at the images on there. Night of the Creeps Back to School with Zombie Co-Eds. So, fuck yeah. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Here we go. We got Screamers right here. colors work really well on that magazine too. As soon as I even just held it up to the camera right there, the light just made it pop. That's Screamers. What's we got? Whew. Eddie Murphy's Vampire in Brooklyn. Got an interview for Castle Freak right there. Love the hell out of that flick. Another Stuart Gordon film. Actually, was that Stuart Gordon? Yeah, that was Stuart Gordon. I was wondering if Brian Usna had produced that. I know they used they'd used a castle in Italy or Rome or something like that. I remember hearing one of the interviews or the commentaries about that. Halloween, Michael's latest rampage. The good, the bad, and the bootlegs. An article on bootlegs. So even I'm pretty sure they had problems with bootlegs even then. There we go. Here's another one. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Fuck yeah, man. Got some Dawn of the Dead right there. Making Romero's classic. Got some rare photos of Dawn of the Dead right there. It says at the top. Can't wait to dig in through that. What the fuck is that? Doppelganger. Winner's first annual Chainsaw Awards. Fuck, man. Fangoria had a great magazine back in the day. It's too much that I'm pretty sure a lot of us... I really don't even know the whole story myself, but from what I hear, though, that magazine, it basically tanked because they basically charged everybody for their subscription 1 year and didn't even bother sending them shit. And the production and cost of this magazine just got out of hand, I think, and they just couldn't survive. That is the Dark Half right there, Stephen King. Got another Dead Alive article right there. What else we got? I can't see this shit. Body Snatchers, Army of Darkness, Creating Evil Ash, Dead Alive. Peter Jackson spills his guts. Fuck, Dead Alive is a great movie. Looking at that bitch right there on my shelf. I gotta get a Blu-ray of that. Hopefully Peter Jackson will actually restore that film like he's commented on. I think it's Bad Taste and Dead Alive he said that he would restore. Yep, there's that one. We gotta get through these guys. Here it is, another Stephen King one right here, Sleepwalkers. I will tell you guys that this is a great Scream Factory release if you're looking into getting that collector's edition. Got some great special features on there. And if you watch that movie close, I was telling my buddy Glenn from Sinister Syndrome on YouTube. Please check his channel out if you haven't. But if you really pay attention to Sleepwalkers and you really know your directors very well, you'd be surprised how many fucking directors make cameos in this movie. But yeah, that's a great cover right there. I love the hell out of that shit. Let's see, Dark Shadows, Stepfather 2, Lawnmower Man, Leprechaun. Fuck yeah! All right. Fucking Monster Cups. Yeah, it's advertising John Landis's American Werewolf in London 2. Yeah, that shit never happened. And it didn't need to happen. That first one told the whole story. That John Landis's American Werewolf in London, that fucking movie is flawless. It is great. I'll try to hold that up so it kind of picks up everything there. What's that? Addams Family Values. I dig the fuck out of it, man. Addams Family Values. Addams Family Movies. Values was the second one. Love the hell out of this cover. I couldn't believe I missed this yesterday, so I had to definitely, when I came back across the day, I got it. This is a great. Not only is this a great film, but Scream Factory did like a really good job of putting this out, and it had fucking just so many special features on it. There's just no reason why it shouldn't have been a collector's edition. That is Brain Scan. They did too. If you guys own that, if you guys have that Blu-ray on your shelf, take that bitch off the shelf and look at the back of it. It is just fucking loaded with special features. Then go look at some of your collector's editions, pull them down and look at the back of them. Them bitches don't have half the supplemental material as this release did for Scream Factory. So, don't know if that was something with the studio where they couldn't brand it a collector's edition or what their reasoning was for that. But holy fuck, that was it's loaded for sure. Here's a movie I just bought from Vinegar Syndrome right here. Fucking awesome movie. Dolly Dearest. That's a great cover too. That shit right there is just eerie as fuck. I'll try to get in there the best I can. Ooh, let's see, we got Nightmare 6, Freddy's Last Gasp, which it wasn't because that motherfucker came right back. Let's see. Ripped Off by the Black Cat. I still haven't watched that movie yet. Here we go right here, guys. Here's another one. I think this is this the last in the Fango stack? It sure is. So we went through this pretty quickly, I guess, in 20 minutes. Had to grab this one, guys. That's Tales from the Dark Side of the Movie. It's another one that Scream Factory just released not too long ago. Did a really good job on it too. Me and Donato actually watched that together. We were fucking just blown away by how it looked and sound. And I think me and him might have went through one or two of the interviews that was on the disc, which was, I think there's like a 6-part miniseries on the making of Tales from the Dark Side. But me and him was digging into a couple of them. Did a really good job on that release. So if you're thinking about getting that movie, you want a copy of it on Blu-ray, get the Scream Factory release. That bitch is nice. But what we got here, Evil Dead, Nightbreed, all kinds of shit. But yeah, guys, that's the stack of Fangoria magazines I got right there. Plus, I showed you that Gore Zone magazine, that one Twilight Zone. I did grab a few other things from in his shop as well, because he had these, not where the magazines were, but they were on another bookcase that he had. And my wife was actually helping me pull these out yesterday, and she found most of these, so she was handing me this shit. I was fucking super excited about this one. But Phantasm, the film companion book. And this thing's nice. I flipped through this whole damn thing last night and took a look at it. Dude only wanted like $5 for this, and I mean it's literally like 150 pages of goodness. Got some really good pictures in there. Some good write-ups. I believe that Don Coscarelli himself has put a lot of the information in this book as well. I say young Don Coscarelli right there. There you go. Guys, if you've never seen any of the Phantasm movies, holy fuck, do yourself a favor and watch some of them. There's a lot of people that just say the first Phantasm is the only one they really care for, didn't care for 2, 3, 4, or Ravager, and that's fine. Everybody's got their opinions, but I can tell you right now, I love the first 4 Phantasm films. Ravager, it is what it is, but, you know, it's nice to see fucking Reggie again. So there that is. Here's another one I bought right here. This is 200 alternative horror films you need to see. I always like to buy like compilation books like this. Every once in a while, like I'll flip through some of this shit and I'll come across something I've never heard of or seen, and I just make it a point to go watch it. Like I just saw this as I thumbed by, and here's one of a fucking great movie right here. I believe his name is Jack Hill, who directed this movie. Am I right? Fuck yeah, I am. Spider Baby right there. That is a great Arrow video release. If anybody has never seen that or has that copy of that, it looks fucking great. You get to see a very young Sid Haig. He's in the picture right there as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up very well, but I gave it a fucking try. But that's him right there. Very young. Sid Haig did fucking hundreds of movies before he got his notoriety with House of a Thousand Corpses from Rob Zombie. Let's see. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Man, they got some good looking shit. I think that's Witches right there. I know Warner Archive actually released a Blu-ray of that. I knew my wife was wanting to get that movie, and I was like, if we're going to get that, let's get the Warner Archive release, even though I have one of their Blu-rays on my shelf over there, which I'm particularly not fond of its quality. And that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. They could have done a hell of a lot better job with all that fucking Blu-ray. Let's see, we got some wraps on Psycho 2 in there. Just trying to find some good picks. Look at there. Not a Phantasm book, but you know, they got Angus Scream right there. So, got that one as well. Here's one right here. Best friend right here. I was showing him just pictures of this last night, and he was just blown away by it. He was like, I'm going to have to fucking get on eBay and get me one of those. But that is the Evil Dead companion book, and this bitch, guys, is thick. It's, let's see what we got. Yeah, we're looking at about 250 pages right there. Here's the back. We got some really good pictures in here. Some good write-ups. Really young pictures of Sam Raimi right there. Just kind of flip through it kind of fast. See what we got here. Yeah, there's a lot of some of the artwork too that they drew for like the Necronomicon, the design of it. I was actually looking at some of those in here. You got some of the stills in there. So, unfortunately, it's the whole book's done in black and white. So the photos are not color, which I would have kind of liked to have one of those mid sections in there where they put a lot of the stills and stuff. But what was this? It was like fucking $15. Can't go wrong with this. I mean, this will take me a while to get through. But this covers all 3 films too: Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army in Darkness. So I was trying to see when this was distributed, but it was distributed by St. Martin's Griffin in New York. I just can't see. In 2000. Book of the Dead Image, 2000, Tom Sullivan. So, yeah. Be $15 for that one right there. The cover right there, it is raised as you kind of rub your hand over the lettering, and plus the Necronomicon face of the book itself. So, really nice little edition. And, let's see. Is it last up? No, got two more things to show you. So, here's the last one I got from that shop. It's a pretty good sized book right here. It's Top 100 Horror Films. And, of course, you guys can see who's on the front of it. So, as soon as I saw it, I went ahead and grabbed it. I do have a couple of books that's kind of similar like this. Basically, what they do is they just take they pick 100 films that you should, that has some notoriety. Some don't have a whole lot of notoriety to them, and they just put them in a book for you. They did a really good job with this book. Everything's in color. Amazing artwork here too. Let's see, number 52 right there, Nightmare on Elm Street. Hopefully that doesn't glare up too bad for you guys. But yeah, you only I think it was like buy one get one free on this bookshelf too. So I think I bought the Evil Dead book and I got this one for free, and then the other two were like $5. So it's like buy one get one free. So I was like, fuck yeah, take advantage of that. Bring some shit home. Just trying to. Oh, there we go. Fucking good one right there. It's alive right there. Like I said, guys, it's all in cover. It's all in color. They start with number 100 and they go all the way up to number 1. I know, I'm pretty sure everybody's like, well, what's the number 1 film they had in there? Number 2, The Exorcist, of course. And what was their number 1 pick? I wouldn't say it was number 1, but it is a good fucking flick, though, especially for Hammer. And that is Horror of Dracula. So it's kind of weird how they kind of. I think Halloween in here was like number 40, 41, some shit. I can't even remember. Yeah, sorry. It was number 59. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would say that film probably deserved to be a lot closer to number 1 than some of those films. But it's just, it's just a book as a reference to look through it. Sometimes I'll look through those books and get excited about revisiting a movie, or visiting a fucking movie that I have on my shelf that's been sitting there forever and I haven't got a chance to watch yet because I procrastinate so fucking badly. Alright guys, last one up for this video. We're at almost 30 minutes. I went into my local Books A Million shop and this was sitting on the shelf. I said, what the fuck, I went ahead and grabbed it. I know it's been sitting out for a couple months because they advertised the Shocktober sale from Arrow Video on the back. And that sale ended, like November 2nd. So they were advertising that sale. I think it was, Shocktober, of course, because it was October. Dear. And let's see. This magazine is printed in the UK, but they sell it here in the States apparently. So it's all at Books A Million. I said, fuck it, I want to grab it. And guys, they got some really good shit in this magazine too. It was like $13. And usually I wouldn't spend that kind of money like on a newer magazine unless it had something really to offer inside of it. I can't tell you how many times I went in Books A Million, just thumbed through like Rue Morgue and shit. Some of those magazines, they got some good material inside, and sometimes they don't. So I don't bother paying $10, $13, $15 for a fucking magazine. But got some Reanimator shit right there. I do know we get a Keith Gordon interview for Christine in there too. Get a Creep Show right up in there too with some nice artwork. So, yeah. Guys, if you're interested in that magazine, go to your local Books A Million. Look around there where the entertainment section is. Hopefully you'll see one sitting on the shelf, but I paid $12.99 for mine. And it does say it is printed in the UK, so I'm assuming this is a UK-based magazine. But they do get them here in the States, apparently. So that's pretty nice. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I have for you today right there, which I think is a whole lot. I know I went kind of overboard on the Fangoria magazines, but I had to fucking have them. Great prices in there. The guy gave me a phenomenal deal. And like I said, guys, I definitely didn't pay the price of what's on the stickers of these magazines, that's for sure. But yeah, got a whole stack of Fangorias right there, so it's nice to add that to the collection. I was showing, I was showing Cody last night everything that I picked up and everything. He was just like, man, he's like, I love reading the articles in there of them like hyping the older movies up and shit. And I couldn't agree with him anymore on that. I love that too. I'll even, like some of my other Fangoria copies, I love just flipping through and just reading some of the old articles that they had in them. And especially like where they show the stills or they interviewed the director or the producer or something like that. And their whole thing was about hyping that movie up. so everybody would be reading it in the magazine, be like, fuck, we gotta go see that movie. But yeah, I love the hell out of that shit too. I got a couple of Fangorias over there to my left. It's they're a lot newer. They're not like the really old school Fangorias like those. I do have one here in the back of my book that I keep. This is one of my favorite Fangorias, just because they based a whole issue on Scream Factory, and I was more excited to get this fucking book, and got it at a great price too. But that is the Fangoria of the Scream Factory deal with them, and the whole issue of this is nothing but Scream Factory. Everything from Jeff Nelson to Cliff McNeillan, the two guys that's in charge of Scream Factory. It kind of details a lot of their releases. Keep in mind that this was released a few years ago, so it's not going to cover everything, especially currently. But there's a fucking ton of knowledge out of this magazine to gain, especially if you like Scream Factory. I can definitely say this too: if you're a fan of Scream Factory and you like to collect the majority of their shit, this is a magazine for you. If you don't have it, I guarantee you, if you can get this on eBay for a decent price, I probably wouldn't pay more than $25 for it. Try to get it for that, or maybe a little bit cheaper. This will be a great fucking piece for your collection. No shit, when you get this magazine and thumb through, you'll be like, damn, I'm glad I got that. There's a lot of insight on a lot of their releases in there. Some of the interviews in there details the struggles they went through sometimes to get the transfers, and then not be worth a fuck and just have to start from scratch to clean everything up and all that shit. So that is a very nice piece from the collection. And I don't even keep that with the rest of my Fangoria mags. I keep that shit in its own little binder over there, just because I constantly go to this fucking thing just to look over it again and read shit out of it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video for this one. Hope you enjoyed all the pickups. I didn't show any movies in this video. However, I'm going to make another video as soon as I turn this one off, because I just got something in the mail from Scream Factory. So if you watch this one first, hopefully I'll have the next one uploaded right after this one. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much, but I definitely wanted to share those pickups with you. That's a lot to grab all in, well, 2 trips. One trip yesterday, 1 trip today. So we've got a nice haul right there. Very, very proud of grabbing all those. Can't wait to thumb through them and check out a lot of the old interviews. Some of my favorite shit right there. But guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why not hit the subscribe button? We have a lot of fun here. And if you don't, fuck it, then don't. But once again, give a big shout out to my boys Donato, Cody, Alan, Anthony. You know I love you guys. Hope you watching the video. You digging the covers of those magazines. And guys, until the next video here in a couple minutes, stay safe. Be careful.